Hello everybody and welcome to this presentation of CBL basketball on the Collison Sports Network. We close out week 4, the first week of interconference games, with today's matchup from the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska between the Seattle Emeralds and the Omaha Racers. Glad that you could join us here. I'm Raymond Sims here for another exciting round of CBL basketball. We've had some good ones this week. Heck, yesterday, down the road in Kansas City, we had one go down to the final shot. A missed bunny by Sean Marion gave Kansas City the 97-96 win. We've had London beat Mexico City 99-93, and we've had Las Vegas beat Lehigh Valley 117-108, and a lot of those, or all three of those, really came down to the finish. So we'll see how things work out here for Seattle and Omaha. It's Nick Collison taking on Nikola Vucevic, and we are underway from Omaha. Glad that you could join us here on the Coliseum Sports Network. Seattle starting things off. Isaiah Thomas at the point. He fouled out in the last game. He's going to look to redeem himself in this one. This should be a shootout for sure. You have Seattle, who loves to shoot the three, and then you have the Omaha Racers, who just love to get up and down the floor and score. Paul George goes up, attacks the basket, and Marvin Williams is called for the foul. Omaha with the highest scoring average in the league thanks to that 121-point performance in week 1. George able to knock down the first shot. But ever since then, they have scored fewer points. 121 in week 1, 117 in week 2, and they were only able to muster up 97 last week in that loss last Thursday to Lehigh Valley. George gets things going, however. 2 free throws makes it 2-0 in favor of the Racers. Seattle on the back end of a 2-game road trip. They'll be hosting Kansas City next week, and Isaiah Thomas knocking down the tray, trying to already improve on what was a rough performance last week. A rough performance last week in a game that his team still won. Lillard draining the 3. 1 minute in, it's already 5-3. CenturyLink Center crowd is excited. Three-pointer no good, rebound by George. Bounce pass ahead. Klay Thompson has to kick it back out. Reverses the ball around. Great ball movement, and it finishes with a Paul George jumper. Jamal Crawford in his second start as shooting guard getting the miss. Here's George putting it up right away. Rebound Vucevic. He'll pass it back out, and that'll be a second opportunity. Here's Klay. Can't splash. Ray Allen on the run. Bounce pass ahead. Jay Crawford can't get it. So Jamal Crawford heading to the line here. Already an explosive game so far. Jamal Crawford last week in his first start at shooting guard, scoring 28 points, dishing out 4 assists. Just an amazing performance. Makes you wonder why Jamal wasn't starting a long time ago. That shot goes up and in. So 7-5 here, with about 9.5 left in the first quarter. By the way, as far as that why hadn't Crawford started earlier question, I asked Jermaine Russell that. Maybe not in those exact words, but Russell responded that my answer was as good as his. As Jermaine Russell was just doing a lot of roster shuffling early on to see what worked out. There's 10 games in this season. So it's hard to figure out, or you only have such a small window of time to figure out what truly works. As Lillard knocks in another one, 11-5. Russell pointing out that while they had a training camp and they had a couple of preseason scrimmages, may look good in training camp, but you'll never truly know until you get out on the floor. And then you got to make those changes because you only have 10 games to fight for 2 playoff spots in your conference. Here's Marvin Williams. Good D by Monroe. And that pass over the head of Crawford. Omaha out to a quick lead here, and you saw off that Lillard layup that Seattle not shooting well out the gate, 25%. 8:39 left in the first. George out in the backcourt. Kicks it over Klay, shoots it over Jamal and misses. So Seattle with the opportunity to close the gap here, down 6. Crawford kicks it over Thomas. Corner 3. That'll split the lead in half. Thompson at the elbow. Still can't finish. So Klay Thompson's been struggling early on here. Thomas can't control the ball in the corner. Stolen by Lillard. Lillard by himself. Mid-range jumper's good. Crawford, three-pointer from the wing. That'll bring Seattle within 2. Thompson out in the backcourt. Gets it to George. And that's a long 2. Goes in. So Omaha keeping Seattle at arm's length, but the Emeralds trying to fight back into this after a paltry shooting start. Emeralds running a set. Out pops Thomas. Not for him. This will be on Crawford. That goes off the back rim. Corralled by Thompson. Pass ahead. Lillard with the contact. Draws the foul.
Damian Lillard at the line for 2.
First shot goes in for Lillard. His season high so far, 26 points. And while he hasn't exactly reached that height yet, or since then, he still has been able to produce a lot for this Omaha team. 18-6 in week 2, 17-6 in week 3. That's points and assists. 17-11 with 6:22 left in the first. Time running down. Finally finds Crawford. Mid-range jumper. Sinks it. So apparently worth the wait right there. And a timeout called on the floor by Eugene Floyd for the Racers. Both teams shooting better here early on, 17-13 with exactly 6 minutes left in the first. Halfway through the first quarter, Omaha has maintained the lead throughout, but it has been a close one. Klay Thompson with the ball. He struggled offensively so far. Ball down low, Vucevic. Back out, George. Thompson still can't find the promised land. Monroe eventually comes up with the offensive board. Can't finish the hook shot. Vucevic goes up, and he's finally able to lay it in. A lot of opportunities there on that possession for Omaha, as they were able to outclass the rebounders for Seattle. Allen loses the ball. Here comes Paul George in for the slam. Thomas trying to fight his way in. He'll get it to Collison and back again. Going to try against Lillard again. Pulls up from the free throw line. Eight points early on here for Isaiah Thomas. Omaha up by 6. 4.5 left. And Seattle double teams. Going to try again. Here's George. Straight away, 3. Oh, my. What range there from Paul George. Jabari Parker. He's been in the game for a little while, but got his first touch there. But eventually the ball works its way back to Jamal Crawford. Here's Monroe. Double team down low. Open Vucevic. Oh, Collison tried to come up and double team Monroe on the perimeter. And he shaded way, way too high. And that left Vucevic wide open for the easy swish. Thomas puts up the 3. And that'll stop matters. Thomas came up the floor deliberately. He was wondering, what's he going to do? What's the plan here? What's the play? He decided to just put up a 3. And it goes in, of course. And that'll make it an 8-point game coming out of the timeout. So the substitutes come in on both sides. Wesley Matthews set to inbound here for Omaha. He'll take the Tristan Thompson screen. Behind the back pass, Corver in the corner. No good. Noel turns around, puts it back up and in. Here's Carter Williams, hands it off to Parker, cross-court pass, Radmanovic. That 3 won't go. Rebound by Tristan Thompson. Corver, cross-court pass, Matthews. There's Dragic putting it up. No good. Rebound by Brockman. Nate Robinson operating with the ball. He'll put up the long shot. That won't go. Rebound by Thompson. Going Dragic to Wesley Matthews. 10 on the shot clock. And Seattle double teaming. Loose ball and stolen by Robinson. Omaha has numbers but gets it off. Carter Williams pulls up. Missing on the block. Here's Dragic. Kicks it back outside to Matthews. Works around the screen. Time running out on the shot clock. Dragic, reverse layup underneath is good. Get him past Carter Williams on that. 1.5 left here in the first quarter, and Omaha pulling away quickly, up by 12. Jabari Parker, first shot of the game is good. 11 three-point attempts already for Seattle. We already know they're a team that lives and dies by the three, and they're probably going to need that three-point shot a little more today than they usually would. Korver knocking down a long one. Under a minute now, 14, or make that 12-point game. Here's Carter Williams, open lane, drives inside. Makes it 10. Both teams shooting well. But the Racers outpacing the Emeralds. Pass underneath. Tristan Thompson laying it up and in. Carter Williams waiting out the play. Gets it to Parker. He's open from three. Shoots it over Tristan Thompson. Korver puts up another three, and that'll rattle in and out. Pass ahead. Robinson at the buzzer, and he can't convert. So all things told, it's been a good shooting performance on both sides, but the Racers just pulling away early here, up 35-26. Back at the CenturyLink Center in Omaha, 35-26 in favor of the home side, where both teams have shot over 45%, but the thing is that the Racers have just been shooting at such a torrid clip, upwards of 60% in the first quarter. It's just hard to keep up with that ever. So the Emeralds, try as they might be in for a long evening. However, if they're able to force Omaha to regress back to the mean, possibly in the later quarters, they may very well be in business with their perimeter shooting ability. Here's Nate Robinson showing some nifty moves under the basket. He doesn't convert the shot, but he is able to go to the line off the Korver foul. Nate Robinson shooting a couple here for Seattle. Hometown kid, went to school at the University of Washington. Coming into this game, he has struggled a lot. 3 of 17 from the field in all 3 games he's played for a shooting average of 176. Able to knock down both free throws, at least. He made all 4 that he took back in week 3. Here's Dragic. Gets it to Wes Matthews in the corner. Kicks it over, Korver for 3. And there's another one, puts Omaha back up by 10. Three in the corner by Nate Robinson, able to knock that one down. Cuts it back down to a 7-point game. It's interesting to see how teams react to Omaha. They have so much talent from top to bottom. Pass underneath, Noel. Rolls in and out. Rebound by Rashard Lewis. Gets it ahead to Marvin Williams. But it's interesting to see how teams react and how they try to deal with a team that has a lot of diverse talents on their roster from top to bottom. You saw that London could not contain them. You saw that Kansas City pretty much played their game and ended up outscoring them down the stretch. You saw Lehigh Valley contain them. So now we enter week 4. It's just a matter of what Seattle going to do. Noel inside. He gets it that time. 40-33. Seattle not necessarily set up for defense, though they have some pesky guards that can steal the ball. And Ray Allen's actually pretty good at defense himself. For the most part, this team is designed to run the floor and shoot threes. And even though they've been able to at least do that, they just haven't been able to do it at the clip that Omaha has. So instead, they're going inside here, and Nate Robinson is able to push it inside and cut the deficit down to 5. So he has 7 points. Already a market improvement over the first 3 weeks. Here's Dragic, pulls up, blocked by Carter Williams. Robinson up the floor. Taking on Corver, gets past Corver, kicks it out. Rashard Lewis for 3. That's a miss, and it's pulled down by Tristan Thompson. Noel goes up against Lewis, can't score, but he can go to the line for 2. That's Rashard's first. Can't get the first free throw. That has not been his forte. He's now 1 for 9 on the year. Missed all 4 of his attempts in week 1, and then he made 1 in week 2. And he'll make neither. So 1 for 10 on the year. Robinson creates enough space, but can't get the shot over Matthews. Carter Williams will be able to put it back up and in. So Seattle getting back into this, a 3-point game. Here's Dragic losing the ball, stolen by Carter Williams. Here comes Seattle the other way. Passes it ahead. Robinson pass. Noel. No good. And Corver deflects that off of Robinson. Was able to get it into the front court. Trying to find a way out. Hands it off Matthews, driving the lane. Pulls up. Free throw line jumper is good. Robinson trying to split the defense. Shoots over. Corver knocks it down. Ties his season high, does Nate Robinson. 9 points. And a timeout called by Eugene Floyd. His team up by 3, but Seattle fighting their way back. Backcourt violation. Dragic not careful with that, with receiving that pass. 4 turnovers already for the Dragon. Carter Williams operating with the ball. Here's Lewis, top of the key, shot no good. Rebound Vucevic. Korver for 3. Can't come away with it. Rebound Vucevic down low. He's able to get the putback. Robinson double teamed. Back up top, Robinson. Oh, over Vucevic's hands and into Collison's. Here's Lewis in the corner. And that'll bring the Emeralds within 2. And this has totally been their quarter. Came into the second, out of the break, down by 9. Putback slam by Tristan Thompson. Five and a half left in the first half. Both teams still shooting remarkably well. Seattle swinging the ball back and forth. Trying to find some answers. Robinson over Korver. And there's Nate Robinson's season high. Dragic to Matthews. Works it back around. Here's Korver for 3. And he has been almost automatic today. Shooting 50% from outside. Carter Williams double teamed here by Omaha. And as Dragic tries to go for the ball, he was out of bounds in the process. Both teams getting their starters back for this home stretch here of the first half. Crawford, open lane, goes inside, lays it up and in. George past Allen, drives inside, past Crawford and misses. Here's Crawford for 3. Can't tie it. Thomas with the rebound, puts it back up. Can't convert that. And here's Lillard up the floor. Trying to pierce through the offense. Vucevic can't contain the pass, and that'll go out of bounds. So Seattle up the floor again with another opportunity to tie things up. Thomas almost didn't get that pass off to Crawford. Fader, no good. Rebound by George. Here comes the head to Lillard, shooting baseline. Missing, volleyballed around. Klay Thompson goes up and draws the foul.
Klay Thompson at the line for 2.
Here's Klay Thompson at the line. When I say that Omaha was contained in that 104-97 loss, I partly am speaking of Klay Thompson, who after scoring 16 in week 1 and then scoring 30 in week 2, only scored 6 points in the loss last week, as he had to He was tasked with taking on Kobe Bryant, who shut him down defensively while getting his own. Kobe Bryant had 36 last week, and Klay Thompson was his primary defender. Five-point game in favor of Omaha. Behind the back pass, Radmanovic. The long two, good from Vladimir Radmanovic. Lillard puts up the long two. Back to a 5-point game. Stolen by Lillard. Here come the Racers. Lillard going to take it on his own. Crawford there for the stuff, and the refs will call a foul on him.
Damian Lillard. 2 shots.
First free throws up and in. Looking ahead, Omaha, the last team to play this week, and will be one of the first next week, as they'll be down in Mexico City to take on the Guerreros. Free throws good, makes it a 7-point game. Radmanovic straightaway 3 is good. Here comes George laying it up and in. Seattle looking to close the gap, maybe get some momentum heading into the break. Minute and a half and counting. Crawford gets open baseline and able to score. .110 left in the half. And Lillard knocking down the jumper. So Lillard with 15 so far after one half. Under a minute now. Works the ball around to Crawford. Radmanovic in the corner. He'll come out to the wing. Crawford trying to go to work. Pulls up. Draws the foul. First free throw's good for Crawford. A win for Seattle will put them in sole possession of first place in the Western Conference. While a loss will put them in a 3-way tie for first with Mexico City and Las Vegas. Free throw up and good, so a 4-point game here as we are at the closing seconds of the first half. George loses the ball on the spin. Thomas comes away with it. George on his case, but Thomas able to finish, and he'll go to the line for one more. So here's Thomas at the line. And that'll close the gap to 1. George gets past Thomas and loses it again. 2 consecutive possessions, and this time Thomas will go undeterred. Lillard was on him, but Thomas able to get out ahead. So Seattle closing out the half with the lead. We'll find out. Here's Lillard, finger rolling it in. So not quite, but Seattle still able to get control for at least a little bit, and that's got to mean something heading into the second half. Crawford pulls up straight away off the back of the rim. So Seattle almost went into the half with the lead, but Omaha is up by 1, 61-60. (61-60) after 2 quarters of play. It's been high-octane action. If you've enjoyed it, be sure to like this video. And if you want more CBL action, be sure to subscribe to the Coliseum Sports Network. And if you want to check out any of the other 15 games that have been played so far this season, be sure to check out the Coliseum Basketball League 2015 playlist, available here on the Coliseum Sports Network YouTube channel. Omaha starts off the half with possession. The Damian Lillard layup allowed Omaha to quickly take back the lead after 2 straight Isaiah Thomas steals, where he reeled off 5 points and swung the game in Seattle's favor. Lillard's layup was able to get Omaha at least a little bit of control coming out of the break. So here's Omaha at the line, Paul George specifically, and he's able to knock down the first free throw. That's the other side to Omaha having the highest scoring average in the league, is that they also allow the second most points in the league, 101.3 coming into this game. Chances are, at the pace this game is going, that average could be higher. They could potentially be allowed the most points per game in the league. Potentially. Right now, that mark belongs to London, averaging 104 points allowed per game. 11:19 left in the third. Here's Klay Thompson pulling up mid-range and knocking it down with ease. Pull up 3, that's a miss by Jamal Crawford. George, turnaround jumper inside is good. At the half, Omaha was shooting 62% from the field. Just an amazing pace for this team. And that pass goes out of bounds. Turnover by Jamal Crawford. And Eugene Floyd will call timeout for his Racers. Up 7 with 10:21 left in the third. Klay Thompson can't knock down the shot. Vucevic gets it back. Ball underneath. Vucevic wide open. Another case of Vucevic's defensive assignment playing a little too loose off of him. It's understandable if you do that on the perimeter, but not underneath the basket. 9-point lead here for Omaha. Seattle has yet to score here in the third quarter. We're almost 3 minutes in. Floater by Thompson, no good. Surprised he didn't just take it all the way. Monroe goes up, has it slapped away from him, and he's looking for the call. Here's Marvin Williams knocking down the long ranger. That's the first 2 points of the quarter for the Emirates. George hands it off. Monroe can't finish. Williams fighting inside against Monroe and is able to get it over him. 5-point game. Seattle's starting to fight back now after reeling off 9 unanswered, or after conceding 9 unanswered. Here comes George. He's been losing it on that spin move a couple of times. 2 consecutive possessions he lost to Isaiah Thomas there to close out the half. Was able to collect it that time and score. And he'll put Omaha up by 7. 4 minutes into the third. Oh, Thomas's 3 closing the gap back to 4. So Isaiah Thomas back to the Isaiah Thomas we saw the first 2 weeks of the season. Not the one that only scored 11 and fouled out. That one will go out of bounds. Turnover by Lillard. Only his second turnover of the game. There's the inbound pass to Thomas. 7.5 remaining in the third. Isaiah is double teamed. Can't shake it. He'll get it to Crawford. In the corner, Ray Allen. That's usually a dangerous place to leave him, but he misses that time. 7.5 here in the third. Lillard slows it down a little bit. He'll pull up and knock it down. That's a 3. "20 points for Damian Lillard. We got 19 out of Isaiah Thomas. Ooh, long pass to Crawford, still able to collect it. As Thomas had to get out of that double team. Trying to work his way inside. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound Collison underneath, up and in. You see the field goal percentages for both teams just amazing. If Seattle were shooting 52% against almost any other team in this league, they would be very much in control of this game. But when the opponent is shooting 60%, what else can you really do? Jamal Crawford putting up the shot. And there's your answer right there. You just keep shooting. Oh, ball loose, stolen by Collison. Pass way ahead, intended for Thomas, over his head and out of bounds. Here comes Lillard up the floor for Omaha. Underneath, Monroe laying it in. Parker long two. Oh, it rattled in and out. He did not get the members roll. Lillard inside, back out. George, three-pointer over the rim, collected by Noel. Reverse layup is no good. And it won't get any easier for Noel as they'll have to head to the line. And he struggled there this season. He's made one free throw out of his 10 attempts. One of 11 on the year. And Noel, 1 of 12 on the year from the line. Ball up top, Parker. Three-pointer's good. Back within 2 of Seattle. Jabari Parker has started off the season struggling in terms of shooting. Ended up getting relegated to the bench. But today he's done very well. Here's Thompson. He can't score. Loose ball foul. That'll be Noel's first. Here's Ray Allen pulling up for 3. Can't take the lead. Brockman goes up. He can't score either, but he'll get Noel's second foul, and he'll be able to tie the game at the line. And Brockman can't get either one, so Seattle stuck at a 2-point deficit. 4 minutes left in the third. George, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound. Vucevic putting it back up and in. 4-point game. So 10 points under the basket there for Vucevic. That's where Eugene Floyd needs his starting center. Here's Crawford. He's able to knock down the contested shot. 2-point game. Late in the third quarter. Seattle wanting control of the West. Omaha just wanted to get back to 500 to keep up with Lehigh Valley and Kansas City. Layup's good. Damian Lillard laying it in. 4-point game, 3 minutes left in the third. In comes Thomas, and he'll get the shot and the foul. That's Lillard's first. (80-79), under 3 minutes left here in the third. George pulls up from the elbow, in and out, rebound by Parker. Seattle with a chance to take the lead. They had it a couple of possessions ago and just couldn't do it. See if they can turn the corner here. Long mid-range shot, no good. George pulls up from about the same spot on the opposite side of the court. And that'll give Omaha the 3-point lead. So they keep Seattle at bay for now, but a three could tie it up. Jermaine Russell will call timeout first. 82-79, 2:10 left in the third. Collison set to inbound. Finds Crawford in the corner. Seattle trying to work their way in. Long two. No good. Rebound by Noel. Three would have tied it, but here come the Racers. They can extend their lead. Under 2 minutes now. George pulls up. Mid-range jumper's good. 5-point game here. 25 points for Paul George. Crawford waiting for the play to unfold. He'll find Allen. He'll shoot without delay and close the deficit back to 3. Lillard misses. Rebound by Collison. Here comes Seattle up the floor. Allen bowls over Paul George, and that'll be a blocking foul. So George's feet weren't set there. 1:02 left in the third. Some major substitutions here. Here's Rashard Lewis in the game. Tries to get it to Parker. Stolen by Tristan Thompson. How fast can he go? He's going to take it in on his own. Two-handed jam by Tristan Thompson. 55 seconds left in the third. Here's Nate Robinson. He was the one to really get things going in the second for Seattle and close the gap heading into the half. And he's going to pick up where he left off. Nate Robinson having a Nate Robinson game, and we haven't seen that out of him yet this season, so feels good to see that again. Dragic hasn't had the best game. He's turned the ball over quite a bit. He misses that shot. Tristan Thompson goes up, scores, and he'll go for one more. Oh, the Canadian doing work here, the former Texas Longhorn. So Tristan Thompson was signed to Omaha mostly for his rebounding prowess. He's averaged 6.3 rebounds per game off the bench, but Tristan Thompson getting it going on offense here. He's able to knock down the and one. And the long pass deflects off the Racers. Here's Matthews going to drive in against Collison. Misses the contested shot. And so Seattle can breathe easy, at least for the moment. Because that definitely looked like trouble there. But for now, some great ball movement from the Emeralds. Carter Williams in the corner to Robinson, going up inside. Hands it off. Here's Williams. No good. And that will close out the quarter. Dragic heaving it. Not quite. So it's been a close game, hard fought, but Omaha has still controlled the lead for much of the game, and they're up by 6 heading into the final quarter. First week of interconference games, week 4 of the CBL season, and it's just been a great week all around. We had 2 close games on Thursday and Friday, but then the ultimate close game yesterday. That one went down to the final shot. Now here we are, a 6-point margin here heading into the final quarter of play, and it's pretty much been a shootout with both teams shooting at amazing clips. And there's the proof right there. Carter Williams able to get the shot up himself to start off the quarter. Both teams scoring at a torrid pace. Over 50%. Just been a matter of who's going to get the last baskets. Who's going to miss that key one down the stretch. So it's going to be a fun one, people. Don't miss anything here. Turned over by Dragic. Rashard Lewis on the run. Tried to get it over to Robinson in the opposite lane. And that's stolen away. Here's Wesley Matthews. Double teamed on the block. Dragic open for three. And he's able to redeem himself. $11 minutes here left in the fourth. There's Lewis. Back out to Marvin Williams. Robinson gets the ball. Tried to zoom inside, and that's rejected. I don't even know who that was rejected by. I guess that was Monroe. Yeah, I'm being told that was Monroe. But there were three different racers there, and they all denied that shot. 0.5 on the shot clock, too. I don't think this one's going to get off here in time. Collison looking for someone to inbound it to. And Thomas got the ball, but just couldn't turn around in time. So a turnover there by Seattle. Great defensive possession by Omaha. Up by 7. They're going to try to put their foot on the gas, but Seattle is not going to go away easy. Straight away, 3 by Thompson. He just has not been able to find the promised land today. Back outside to Lillard. Pull up jumper, no good. And Crawford goes in. So Jamal Crawford will go to the line. Team down by 7. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes and a little change left in the fourth quarter. First shot goes up and in. And the miss. So 1 of 2 from the line is Jamal Crawford. And Omaha has a chance to extend the lead. Here's George from the elbow. The miss. Monroe, offensive rebound, goes up and in. Thomas for the long 2, no good. In the corner, Lillard can't do it. Rebound Thompson. He'll get it to Vucevic, and that'll roll around and in. So with the Emeralds, not a team that emphasizes defending the post. They've given up a lot of points in the paint, namely Nikola Vucevic picking up a double-double, 12 points for him. And it's a 10-point game here. Omaha leading. And of course, that's always been a problem for Seattle, something they'd had to deal with. It was just a matter of how much a team utilized their post players compared to other teams. Omaha does so in the manner in which the guys hang around the post waiting for an open shot, or they get the offensive board and put it back up. So when you have a team that does that, that's when Seattle gets in trouble. You can't always shoot your way out of that problem. So it's a 10-point game with 9 minutes left in the fourth. Seattle going to do what they can to get back into it. Marvin Williams, that'll help. 3-pointer, cutting it back to 7. Here's Lillard up the floor. Just jogging right past the show press. George up top, Vucevic underneath. Monroe was able to turn around and lay it up. And as he was going up, Marvin Williams fouls him. That's Williams' third. Monroe makes the first free throw. Can't make the second one. So an 8-point game. Seattle still in it here with time running out. Crawford in the corner. Got it. 5-point game. As I said before, Seattle may have some deficiencies on defense, but they are not going away easily on offense. Here's Klay Thompson going to work against Crawford. He'll get it to George. George trying to operate inside, goes up and scores. Plus 20 in the paint. Only a 7-point game thanks to Seattle's perimeter shooting, but that points in the paint margin is getting more and more glaring. Crawford, long-range jumper. It will be a 3, and it's a 4-point game now. So Jamal Crawford was struggling quite a bit in the first half. He's been able to find his groove, and he is trying to keep his team in this game. Here's George. Fights his way in, can't do it. Monroe blocked by Williams. We'll see what that's last on. That will be last on Williams off of his block, so Omaha will keep the ball. 7:06 left in the fourth. Quickly inbounds at Vucevic. Vucevic hanging on to it, 10 on the shot clock. Finally gets it to Lillard. 3-pointer goes up and goes down. (102-95). A score of plus or over 100 or over 200 combined points. Foregone conclusion here. We're at 197. But it was really just a matter of who was going to come out with the final total. Shot made by Isaiah Thomas. So for much of the game, Omaha has been shooting about 62%. They've regressed to the mean, which I figured they would, but they're just back down to 55%, and that's still amazing too. And Seattle not far behind them, shooting 54%. That miss might have knocked down the percentage a notch, but all the same, both teams still shooting remarkably well from the field. Crawford has enough space. Can't close the gap with a 3. Here's George, 27 points in all, and you can add an assist to that score line. .520 left in regulation. Isaiah Thomas, pull up 3, no good. There's Monroe posting up, back outside George. Turnaround jumper by George. Bounces around and into the hands of Marvin Williams. Pass ahead, Ray Allen, mid-range, no good. There's Lillard pushing it to Thompson. Pass inside, Monroe turns around, and the hook shot is good. Omaha seemingly taking control here, up by 9. Not out of the woods just yet, however. Still 4:14 left in the fourth. Thomas open for 3. Can't get it. Rebound, Vucevic. CenturyLink Center crowd is getting excited. And that 3 would have blew the top off, but a second chance. Vucevic going up and missing. He'll go to the line for 2. So that tempers the excitement, if only for a moment, as Vucevic out of USC is going to try to do his best to put this one out of reach. First shot's good. Second shot just as good. So it is an 11-point game with under 4 minutes left. Emerald's going to have to come up with something here late, or it might be a Racers victory. Allen by himself. That's a 2 if it's good. It is. Full court pressure here for Omaha. Or against Omaha. And that pass bounces around wildly, but eventually finds Klay Thompson. Here's George in the post, backing down Allen. He'll go up and miss. And the rebound by Marvin Williams. Allen going baseline, lays it up and in. So Seattle passes the century mark now. 3 minutes even left in this game. And Omaha up by 7. Three minutes left here in the final quarter of play. Omaha leading 108-101. Monroe dealing with some pressure here and overthrows the intended receiver. So Seattle will get the ball back after another timeout. Three minutes left here in the fourth. 108-101 in favor of the Racers. Omaha, if they hang on to win, they'll be third in the Eastern Conference still, but they will be at 500 and in a much better position to try to get back into the Eastern Conference playoff race. They're on the outside looking in. If the playoffs started today, and they wouldn't, that'd be crazy after only 4 games. It'd be Lehigh Valley and Kansas City. Emeralds have trouble inbounding the ball themselves, and so they turn the ball right back over to Omaha. So last time down here, which was a couple possessions ago, Monroe tried to get it into the corner. Instead, Vucevic will find Lillard right up the middle. Here's George. Almost had ground on Allen trying to attack the basket. And a defensive 3-second violation. And it seems like they'll call it on Crawford. So that'll send Lillard to the line for the technical free throws. First one goes in. So Lillard gets the free throw, and Omaha retains possession. 2:50 left in the fourth quarter, 8-point game. Here's Lillard getting the possession. Vucevic outside the post, can't get it. Gets his own shot and gets the reverse layup. 10-point game. Time running out for Seattle. Thomas past Lillard but can't finish it. And Lillard over Thomas. 113-101, 2 minutes remaining. And it's looking more and more like it's going to be a Racers victory. And that's at least what the CenturyLink Center fans think. Thomas can't nail the three. Here's Monroe, blocked by Marvin Williams. Williams on the ground. Monroe will go up and lay it in. Nearly 60 points in the paint for Omaha. Crawford tried to get the ball, but Thomas has to pick up the loose ball off the deflection. Crawford getting him back, goes inside, lays it up and in. 12-point game, 1:10 left. Lillard into the front court. Lillard going inside, hands it off Vucevic. He'll take it up and in. Back to a 14-point game, and this looks like game blouses here in favor of the Racers. 60-34 in the paint. Missed by Crawford, rebound by George. So essentially just the dominance in the paint on the boards, scoring in the paint, coupled with the fact that while Seattle was shooting well, Omaha was shooting better. Looks like that's what gives the Racers this victory here to send them to 2-2. While Seattle will fall to 2-2. Thomas in the corner, at least able to get a three there. Still an 11-point game. 20 seconds. Monroe trying to find someone, and he'll find Klay Thompson. Then now into the front court. Shot clock is off. So we'll see if Omaha takes another shot or not. Kind of inconsequential at this point. Seattle going to 2-2. They'll tie up with Mexico City and Las Vegas for first place. And Omaha, they'll rise to 2-2. Still on the outside looking in the playoff picture, but they're at a much better foundation. They're trying to get back into the swing of things. Glad you could join us here this week for some CBL basketball. I'm Raymond Sims. Have a good one.